So I want to share really quickly how you can use some of our calibration tools. And these calibration tools are intended to not only help you visualize the equipment that you're going to install in someone's home, but also try to get it so that you can use your site visit photos to see if that equipment will actually fit. So what you can do is choose a background image, such as one like this that features a meter. It's going to ask you if there is an electrical meter. So what you do in this is you grab the circle here, and then you make an adjustment if need be. This one's kind of close, so I'm going to scale it just to match the front face of the meter here. And then now it's saying to go over and choose my equipment. So I'm going to go in and now I'm going to grab my first piece of equipment, because remember, you always want to grab one piece of equipment, and then if you need to make any rotations or things like that, because any subsequent model that you launch is going to be based on that initial rotation and scale that you establish there. So you see that's the meter calibration, where we use the size of the meter to determine how big or small the pieces of equipment are. Now, to be fair, there is a bug that we're working through right now where if you try to adjust the calibration after you've already launched the models, it kind of shoots the scale way up. So we're working through that right now. If this happens to you, the best thing to do is just hit the refresh button and start the scene over so the calibration gets reset. Now I'd like to show you another form of that. So one of the other calibration tools we have is a 2-gang outlet here. So you can see that the outlet is a little bit bigger than it will be in real life. And I'm actually going to go ahead and zoom in so I can get a even more precise view of this. So when I go here, I hit the scale button. Now I'm going to scale this down until essentially covers that box there. And then what that does is that's going to do the same thing where it's going to create the size of the equipment based on the distance away from the wall. So what we're trying to do is allow you to take your site visit photos and then look at things that have a constant size and scale to them, and then adjust that down so you can get a more precise scaling of the equipment that you launch. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a couple batteries in here. Might have to kick this guy over here because I need room for my controller. So that's how you do it if you want to calibrate by outlet. Now, my third calibration tool is a tape measure. So what you can do is if you think ahead, you can actually say, okay, I've got a tape measure here, and in my scene right here, I placed a tape measure and I put the length at 12 inches. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in again so I can get a better view of this, is I'm going to come in and I'm going to adjust this tape measure using the scale tool so it's the same size as the one in the scene. So now that that's measured at 12 inches, you'll be able to calibrate the size of the equipment based on that. We have a new feature we're working on where you can set any length of measurement. So if you know that a doorway is 3 feet wide or something like that, you can create your own measurement and then use that as the scale ratio point. So those are 3 options you can choose if you would like to calibrate based off of things that already show up in your site visit photos. Check out our video on importing a 3D LiDAR scan and taking measurements from there. Thanks for watching.